Welcome to Marketing Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. Join Stacy and learn from her 20 years of experience as she shares top-notch advice on marketing best practices for brands and walks you through how to leverage entertainment content and influencer partnerships to increase your brand's overall consumer engagement and, most importantly, your sales.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. I'm Stacy Jones, and today I'm going to talk to you about what happens when a celebrity has more than just a bad day and truly makes a mistake so big that their celebrity endorsement brand partnerships absolutely suffer. During our conversation, I'm going to share with you 6 steps to help safeguard your own brand celebrity endorsement deals, and then later on in this 2-part podcast, I'm going to walk you through 7 different celebrity scandals and talk about the brand endorsement deals that they impacted. So, what do you do as a brand if your entire image is wrapped around one individual and the partnership goes wrong? Do you put your head down like an ostrich and try to weather the storm? Or do you start to look for other eggs to put in your basket and grab onto other properties and individuals who can help give you a quick brand lift while sharing your message of brand beliefs, which hopefully counter those of whatever happened that went wrong? Look, no one is perfect, and as people who are constantly under a bright light and a fine microscope, celebrities know this better than anyone. One tiny wrong step or social post can send the social world into anarchy. And it may cause a brand to end an endorsement deal if the brand management disagrees with the celebrity's actions, behaviors, or thoughts, especially after a really big screw-up, effective immediately and possibly at the cost of millions of dollars. And that's the reason why I always counsel brands to not make one single entity, one single celebrity individual, their end-all and be-all for marketing. Having some sort of diversification is important so that if something does happen, you can still be in the game of advertising and marketing while you sort out what to do with the issue. And in the last handful of years, a lot of celebrities have found themselves in some pretty hot water, not only damaging their own brand, but also the content they star in. A lot of that is due to the change in how we have access and insight into a celebrity's world, through the always-on and never-stopping commentary of social media. There has been a major shift in the last decade where words and sentiments that would have previously been safeguarded and never spoken to media outlets are now freely shared. Technology is to thank for that, as social media allows one's instant thoughts to be broadcast around the world in less time than it takes to type out that opinion and use social media as a loudspeaker, which for most of us is not a giant concern, as there are not so many watching our social streams like a hawk, and people feel protected to say what they feel behind the near anonymity of social media. But for brands, celebrities, and those larger-than-life influencers, it is a whole new world where being vocal about one's beliefs can cause the absolute perfect storm of a PR nightmare, and how one deals with the aftermath is what controls the consequences that are felt, which are surprisingly often not overly damaging. Celebrities live under a microscope, with every outside step followed closely by paparazzi, and by social media even in the privacy of their homes. And many celebrities have become even more loose-lipped, sharing political beliefs or controversial thoughts through their social media platforms. And that is really scary for brands who might be partnered with these individuals, whether that be a celebrity or an influencer who made the comment, or a figurehead from the brand itself. Just think about Papa John's for a moment. But what is often even more surprising than the backlash that these comments quickly receive is that there is often no lasting permanent damage. The social scorn that follows slowly drifts off, and with exception to the most passionate, it settles down. It's almost as if once a bit of time has passed and new topics of questionable conversation have become the hot button to focus on, that these giant mistakes never seem to have occurred in the first place. And the brand, celebrity, or influencer is almost left off the hook. And what that means is that in the world of today's social media marketing, the repercussions of those actions may not always lead to a damaged image. And in fact, the only thing that does seem to have some permanent sticking damage at the moment is anything that's related to the Me Too or Time's Up movements. Celebrities and the brand campaign can find themselves in hot water through a bad decision or a simple oversight. But marketers shouldn't try to avoid celebrity endorsement partnerships due to fear, as celebrities are actually proven sales drivers who strongly influence consumer engagement. And there are some pretty easy steps to take to ensure a very successful celebrity endorsement campaign partnership. So before making that celebrity hire, let's talk about these 6 things to keep top of mind. First of all, make sure the celebrity really understands the brand and the ultimate marketing goals. Having the celebrity on board and actively participating with the brand management team will allow them to adjust in lightning speed to opportunities that come their way. whether in an interview or in a casual conversation on the street. This is not only beneficial in the name of consistency, but when there is a true understanding as to how great the product truly is and all of its functionality, the celebrity is going to be more likely to make it part of their life, increasing the chance of their everyday use of the product. And if they get the brand and they know where your concerns are for mishaps, maybe, just maybe, they'll be a little bit more likely to toe the line. Unless perhaps they're any one of those celebrities I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. Secondly, celebrities may have been using a competitive brand in their everyday lives before being signed on with you. Have your team look behind the scenes to see where any conflicts may occur in the future and address them now. Have a plan in place. After being secured for 3 different mobile brands, Alicia Keys, Ellen DeGeneres, and Oprah Winfrey, all 3 individually blundered when they tweeted from their personal phones, which were different manufacturers than their new endorsement partners. And you could tell by their social posts. It marked it. Also, ensure you have exclusivity with a celebrity endorser, and that you have a plan in place for what should happen when the celebrity is booked on productions or events that may have a competitive sponsor. As a 4th step, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. While people do realize that celebrities are not actually the brand they are the face of, consumers are far less likely to judge the brand harshly if there's a mix of celebrities engaged versus a single one that irks them for any reason. As a 5th step, ensure you have a recovery plan in place for blunders. If the celebrity blunders and says or does something specifically negative about the brand team will need to address it quickly, that day with a social media plan. When LeBron James tweeted negatively about his phone, forgetting the brand was a key sponsor of the NBA, the crisis was somewhat averted soon after by having him very quickly and publicly send a follow-up post stating that it was a false alarm. There were some major strings pulled that day. As a 6th step, ensure you have a crisis plan in place for true PR horror stories. Celebrities can find themselves in hot water through bad decisions. Their blunders, unlike the rest of us, get broadcast around the world for all to see. In a heartbeat. Drunk driving, trouble with the law, relationship issues, negative comments, picked up by paparazzi. All can derail a campaign if a plan's not in place to respond quickly to the matter. Bad news in the entertainment industry spreads faster than a wildfire. In today's nonstop posting, always tweeting, oversharing world, you must have a crisis plan in place to manage true PR horror stories that will allow your brand to respond in an effective and timely manner. Make sure you listen to my podcast episode, Creating Celebrity Endorsement Safeguards, where I share even more tips on how to create your own celebrity partnership safety net in order to create successful celebrity endorsement partnerships. And tune into my next podcast where I finish this conversation and discuss 7 different celebrities who caused some major problems for their brand partners and how they each recover to continue on making brand deals in the days beyond. You can also visit our Influencer Marketing School at learn.hollywoodbranded.com, where our classes provide you and your team actionable insight to help you create the best marketing partnerships for your brand. And stop by hollywoodbranded.com for more tips. Check out our library, which has infographics, white papers, ebooks, and video, or our blog, blog.hollywoodbranded.com, which has hundreds of helpful hints on how to make brand influencer and entertainment content partnerships a success from the get-go. That's it for this episode. I hope it was helpful, and please let me know if you have any feedback. I'll see you next week. And as always, if you need a little or a lot of help, my agency, Hollywood Branded, is here to lend a hand. If you would leave a review or any questions I can address in the future, I'd really appreciate it, as your feedback helps me know my advice is valuable and interesting to you.
Are you ready to make the magic of product placement, celebrity event activations, or influencer partnerships help your sales? Visit hollywoodbranded.com to gain access to free content to learn which key tactics best fit your brand. You'll find surveys, webinars, daily blogs, ebooks, and guides, all created to make sure you have access to the best possible marketing practices. Let's make that entertainment marketing magic happen for you.